Hey everyone, it's Professor Clark, and in this lecture we are going to learn more about the dative case. Let's start by talking about the endings for the dative case of nouns. As usual, for all the oblique cases, we are going to have masculine and neuter endings in one group, feminine endings in another group, and then plural endings for all genders. And then they are going to be divided between hard endings and soft endings. So as you can see by the chart here on slide 2, the ending for hard stem masculine and neuter nouns is u. So we're just going to add an u. If there is already an o, we drop it and we add the u. So учебник becomes учебнику, magazine becomes magazinu, Paris becomes Parisu, and Maxim becomes Maximu. If it is a soft stem noun, either masculine or neuter, we add u. And normally we're going to have to drop the ikratkoye, the mjaki or the ye, and then add the u in its place. So Sergei becomes Sergiu, konь becomes konyu, занятие, занятию. With feminine, it's both simpler and more complicated because for feminine, for hard stem nouns, it's always ye. So mama, mamia, sistra, sistria, Irina, Irinia, Natasha, Natasha. And then feminine soft stem nouns ending in ya also take ye. So Olya, Olya, Anya, Anya. You just drop the ya and add ye, just like you do for hard stem nouns where you drop the a and add ye. Where it gets more complicated is if you have feminine nouns ending in mjaki or iya, and we're going to add e. So loshet, horse, we drop the mjaki at the end and we add e, losheti. Leksia, lecture, we drop that final ye and we add e, leksii. So it's almost always going to be ye for feminine, unless the noun ends in mjaki or iya, in which it becomes e or ee. And then for plural, all of the genders take the same endings. We have for hard stem. So учебникам, мамам, магазинам, сестрам. And then yam for soft stem. Коням, занятиям, лошадям, лекциям. So there you go. It's a pretty straightforward case, actually, as far as the endings are concerned. There's this little bit of trickery with the feminine soft stem endings, but other than that, it's extremely straightforward. For adjectives, as always, the endings are more straightforward than for nouns. And if you look at the chart on slide 3, you might be like, oh man, that's a lot of endings. But of course, as always with adjectives, most of the endings are basically the same. So masculine and neuter for hard stem, we have omu, so novomu, staramu, голубому, молодому. Note that it doesn't matter where the stress is. Новый and stari are stem stressed, голубой and молодой are end stressed, but in any case, we just add omu. For soft stem, we're going to add ему, so синему, последнему. And then for velar stem, we're going to add omu again, and it doesn't matter where the stress is. So we have русскому, какому, плохому, строгому. And so we have two stem stressed, русский, Russian, and strogi, strict, and we add omu. And two end stressed, какой, what kind of, and плохой, bad, and we just add omu again. So русскому, какому, плохому, строгому. As always, husher stem adjectives give us a little more trouble. There we have to note where the stress is. So if they are stem stressed, which is going to be almost all of them, we're going to add ему, so хорошему. And then if they are end stressed, which mainly means the adjective большой, we're going to add omu, большому. And then for feminine, we use the same oblique case endings that we always use for all the oblique cases. So the oblique cases, again, being genitive, dative, prepositional, and instrumental. For hard stem, we're going to add oi, novoi, staroi, голубой, молодой. Soft stem will be ye, sinye, последний. Velar stem will be oi again, ruskoi, kakoi, plachoi, strogoi. And then for husher stem, it will be ye if they are stem stressed, so almost all of them, хороший, and oi if they are end stressed, which mainly means большой. And then for plural, the hard stem will be новым, старым, голубым, молодым. And again, the stress doesn't matter. And then for all the others, we will add im. So soft stem will be im, синим, последним. Velar stem will also be im, русским, каким, плохим, строгим. And then husher stem will also always be im, хорошим, большим. But if the stem ends in sh, we will pronounce it as im, so хорошим, большим, but we write im. For most of the special modifiers, they're going to take the soft endings as they normally do. So chi, whose, moi, mine, and tvoi, yours, take soft endings, but with the stress on the very end. So masculine and neuter has чему with the stress on the u. Feminine is chi, and then plural is chim. For moi, we have моему with the stress on the u, моей, моим, and then tvoi becomes твоему, твоей, твоим. The possessives nash, ours, and vash, yours plural, take regular husher stem endings. So нашему, наше, нашим, and вашему, ваше, вашим. And then the indicative pronouns этот, this, тот, that, and один, one or a certain one, take a mixture of hard and soft stem endings. So we have этот becomes этому, этой, этим, so hard in the singular and soft in the plural. Тот, тому, note the stress on the u, той, and then тем, and note how it becomes ye instead of e here, so тем. And then один becomes одному, again, note the stress on the u, одной, and одним, so hard stem, and then suddenly soft stem in the plural. So there are your dative endings. The dative is a pretty friendly, easy case to learn, and I don't think you should have a lot of trouble with it. And it's a very useful case, and as we will learn in the next lecture, it has a very widespread and useful set of uses and meanings.